Turn my monitor around, please. Can I see myself, or do you have to leave that up? I like seeing the monitor. There you go. Oh, I like that. Good morning. We're just getting set up on some things. I just like to see the monitor there, you know. Hold on. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Yes, that is Donna Brazile, the chairman of the Democrat National Committee and CNN, and polling questions. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Folks, if your children, if you get a call today and the teacher catches your child cheating, and somebody knows about it, there's consequences on both ends. So there's the person that steals the answers or questions, and then there's the person that receives them. If your teacher calls this morning, and if a teacher calls your house this morning and says, hey, little Billy, because God knows it can't be Hillary Clinton, it can't be a girl, right? If the teacher calls and says, little Billy cheated today with his friend little Johnny that gave him the questions, they are going to be expelled or I don't know, do they have any kind of disciplines anymore? Really? Because I'm telling you, the Democrats, the DNC, they've maybe there is no discipline for that anymore. Maybe you could just cheat in school. Can you? Without getting thrown out or suspended? I don't know. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Donna Brazile, Democrat National Committee, and Hillary Clinton. Folks, it's election day if you haven't heard, and we know that you know that. You know it, I know it, and the American people know it. It's election day out there. And so let me make sure of something here. We good? Trying to get settled here. Yeah, all right, we're good. I'm just trying to get settled. I don't know where to start today. It's one of those days. Just don't know which direction to go in. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. You're watching FYN TV. It is election day. We have a lot to cover. First of all, let's try to be informational today. And what do you mean by that? It's an election. It is, we are either going to make as a country, it's at the end of the day, either America wins or corruption wins. It's simple as that. Either America wins today or corruption wins. Now, you have done a great job out there, because I know the majority of our voters, all you got to do is tell people to go to fyntv.com and find our show. But I know our viewers out there have done a great job. You have worked hard, okay? Let's not get into the what ifs. Let's not do that, okay? Reality is it's election day. I know many of you have taken the time to email all of your friends. I know you have taken the time to campaign. You have taken the time to make calls on behalf of Donald Trump or your candidate for Senate or Congress in your area, okay? I know you have gotten out there and you put out signs. I know you have shared with friends. Anything and everything you could do. I know you have gone to social media. I know that you have learned how to use Twitter this past year. And I know several of you that have. So I'm going to say for the most part, you did all you could do. I'm going to say you did. And you stayed positive, and you stayed focused, and it's election day. So let's not get into any what ifs. Let's stay focused on what we're doing here, okay? Now, America wins or corruption wins. The polls are open. The polls are open. Turn the garbage off. We're going to try to turn it off. all right? I'm going to give you some things, some last minute things that you should do. In the last few weeks or months, you know, there's been times that I've come on here and I've said, should I say that? Should I refrain from going that direction? Should I back away from this subject? But recently here, I'm going to say in at least the last 30 days, I have thought to myself, no. Well, you may offend this person or you may offend that person. I'd like to save the country for this person and that person, or do my part to help participate in saving this great country, the Republic, for which it stands. One nation under God. One God. That's what I'd like to do. So I kind of threw off the shackles. Well, Donald Trump said that. Shackles, unshackled. I kind of threw off the shackles here through the campaign, and I have went into some things that maybe some think I should not have. But I couldn't help it. I think this is it. All right, now, here's some things you have to do. You have to, and maybe take some notes. I hate to sound like that, but maybe take some notes, all right? You need to turn the garbage off today, all right? Turn the garbage off. I'm serious. The liberal, corrupt media, all right, need to turn it off. They're corrupt. We know that. CNN is corrupt. We need to send our friends, all of our friends, a message and ask them to stay in line today. One of the things when I was talking to a person that headed up the elections in Barron County, Wisconsin, the one thing that the lady in Barron County, Wisconsin, the head of elections, the clerk of elections there in that county, said to me was, what bothers them the most is the early predictions and calling the race and trying to intimidate and deter the Midwest and people, period, going to the polls. They are already trying to tell you that Florida is checkmate. They will try to do exit polling and try to call Florida before it closes. You need to encourage all of your friends, and if you're in Georgia, because that's where we're coming to you from, Ellijay, Georgia, big city of Ellijay, Georgia. If you are in Georgia, you don't have the concerns this morning. But there's already information that I'm getting from Pennsylvania how long the lines are already in the state of Pennsylvania. Michigan. All right? What you need to do is send your friends a message and say, you know people in Wisconsin, you know people in Michigan, you know people in Pennsylvania, you know people in Colorado, wherever it may be, and say, please stay in line. Do not get discouraged. Please stay in line. For America, stay in line. You need to do that. You need to tell people, your friends, do not listen to any exit polling today. Don't. Well, you know, that's pretty hard. You know, I kind of like to watch the news. So I'm just telling you now, don't listen. Let me give you a little example. And this is a very little example, okay? But, you know, there's a community in New Hampshire that votes at midnight, all right? They vote at midnight. The New Hampshire election laws allow them to report the results in this tiny little community when all of the registered voters have cast their vote. So already this morning, USA Today, okay, Hillary Clinton beats Donald Trump 2-1 in Dixville Notch, New Hampshire. Midnight voting. Okay, all right. Trump-Clinton split early votes in tiny New Hampshire town. That's ABC. First one was USA Today. Now, Politico. Politico, New Hampshire election, Clinton wins Dixville Notch. But when you click on the USA Today, Trump takes 35-25 lead in New Hampshire after midnight voting. So in this little area that's allowed to report, you know, a little over 50 votes, okay? This little area that's allowed to report a little over 50 votes is making Politico, USA Today, all the big headlines, but most of them are starting out, Hillary wins, because there's certain little districts in that. And in Dixville Notch, Hillary Clinton beat Donald Trump 4-2. There's only 6 votes there. 4-2. Now, this is just a little example of the start of today and what will happen all day long on CNN, ABC, NBC, MSNBC, every last one of them. This is just a beginning touch of what will take place. Turn the garbage off, period. All right? Report voter fraud. Report voter intimidation. You have heard for the last months, okay, anywhere in Pennsylvania, Michigan, wherever, you have heard for the past several months, voter intimidation by the Republicans, voter fraud, you know, Republicans. You have heard all of these things on the Republican. Folks, if you're at the polls, if you're listening to me anywhere, and if you're not in Georgia, send this message to your friends. Report any voter intimidation. Now, our email is chief@fetyournews.com. My phone number is 706-889-9700. That's 706-889-9700. If you have any ideas of things we need to add on to this list to encourage people across this country, America. See, Donald Trump wants to return the country to you. That is what he tells you. He wants to be a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. He wants to give it back to you. Hillary Clinton has to be beholden to Morocco. Hillary Clinton has to be beholden to Saudi Arabia. Hillary Clinton has to be beholden to all those banks on Wall Street that after her FBI announcement Sunday, financial stocks soared. That's right. Why? Don't listen to the garbage today. Don't listen to the stock market. They are going to tell you. I have a prediction this morning. They have already talked about the stock market booming yesterday or excited yesterday over the news of the FBI letter Comey sent to Congress Sunday. Not true. Look at the stocks that soared yesterday. Financial stocks, Goldman Sachs, UAB, the list goes on. Look at the stocks that soared yesterday, the financial industry. But you, America, know the production, the manufacturing production industry of this country left and went offshore. Okay, don't buy that. Now today, they have started this morning by telling you the stock market will crash tomorrow if Donald Trump wins. Will absolutely crash is what they want to lead you to believe. All day long you're going to hear market reactions are jittery. Market reactions, markets may crash. They will preach gloom and doom all day today. Exit polling. One analyst this morning at 6 a.m. on MSNBC, where else, said Florida is checkmate. As soon as they can make a determination in Florida, it is checkmate, done. Watch this afternoon how they try to call Florida. Knowing when they call Florida, see, the thing about Florida, the good thing about Florida is the panhandle is in the next time zone. So they can't call Florida until Florida actually closes the panhandle. Now, they will try to tell you today the stock market's going to crash. They will try to tell you exit polling. They will try to keep you away from the polls. Please tell your friends, stay in line. Do not listen to the media on exit polling. Don't listen to media predictions. One other thing, make sure your ballot is correct before you cast your vote. Okay? Now, you go to the machine and you pick all of what you're voting for, whether you're voting yes or no on amendments in Georgia, whether you're voting yes or no on things in your state, whether you're voting for a legislator, in a representative, senator, president, regardless of what you're voting on. You're going to go through, and then you're going to go to the next screen, I think probably is how your state's set up. It will say cast ballot or something at the bottom. I don't know your state, I don't know, but it'll say cast ballot. Now, please, before you cast that ballot, double check. Before you say cast ballot now, double check that the people, the candidates you picked, are actually the candidates that show up on the screen. Before you push OK. Report voter intimidation. I mean, I can only do so much, but if you're in any state in the United States and you come out or you've been intimidated in any way whatsoever in line, if you're listening to me from Georgia, you don't think this could happen. What I'm telling you in Georgia to do is just encourage your friends nicely. If you have friends in Pennsylvania, if you have friends in Virginia, we'll go over the states in a little bit. If you've got friends in Michigan, North Carolina, we're close to North Carolina. You got family out in Wisconsin. Wherever you're at, encourage your friends to, if anybody in line today intimidates them, if anybody comes down the line and tells them that they have to come out of the line for anything, report it. Find a reporter, go to the Election Commission, report it, okay? Period. So make sure of that. We good, Cole?
Yes, sir.
All right. We're getting our Skype ready. Jennifer Hazelton will be our guest. She's the Georgia Trump Communication Director for the state of Georgia. She will be our guest at 9:30 this morning. We'll ask her how she feels about Georgia. Now, report any suspicious activity. Do not leave line. Do not be intimidated. And watch your vote when you cast it. Don't listen, please. I keep over and over. You're going to say, well, you told us this once. Do not listen to the media today. Folks, we know a large example, CNN. We have seen things with ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN. We've seen something with each and every one of them, okay? Do not trust. Turn the garbage off, all right? I have messages from people telling me just to beg people to send out every word and encourage people all day long. That's the last thing you have to do today. Encourage people, okay? If you're going to send out a mass media email telling people that Hillary is a crook, I doubt it's going anywhere. I doubt you're going to sway a voter. Just telling you. If you're going to say, I found this email here and we know Donna Brazile gave the numbers, okay, gave the questions to CNN, and Donna Brazile gave the questions to Hillary Clinton, I don't think you're going to sway any voters. I really don't. If you're going to send out an email saying John Podesta got word that CNN had a new poll and John Podesta was looking forward to seeing how CNN would spin the new poll for Hillary, John Podesta being Hillary Clinton's executive campaign director, okay, I doubt you're going to sway any voters. That's my opinion. Your job today is to encourage everybody you know. Mass text messages. On the other hand, in the text messages, tell your friends. If you get a text, okay, here's my opinion. If you read out there, they're telling you that what they're concerned about, okay, the NSA and what they're concerned about is a cyber attack on our voting. And they've laid the groundwork, okay, they've laid the groundwork, all right, for text messages. A cyber attack on text messages. Now, it may take months to find out who did it. It may take months to see where the money came from. They will blame it on Russia. My God, they'll say Russia did it. They'll say WikiLeaks did it. I don't know. But we have a DNC that is run by Donna Brazile that is corrupt, that gave the questions from CNN to Hillary Clinton. We have all the proof that they paid agitators. We have all the proof that they paid agitators, okay, to disrupt Donald Trump campaign rallies. We have all the proof that within this disruption, these paid people ended up harming innocent people, harming law enforcement, so on. So if you're in line today, somewhere in this country, and you get a text message that says, Florida has already come in for a win for Hillary at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock today. Wonder where that text message came from. Be careful of all suspicious text messages. Yes, they could do group text messages. Be careful, all right? Your job today is to encourage your friends. Your job today is to remind people that Briggs and Stratton, well, I don't remember that. Briggs and Stratton. For every red-blooded American, I'm going to go there. Every red-blooded young boy, maybe some girls in America that still remember pull-starting a damn lawnmower as a kid, okay? And if you got paid $5 a lawn and you still remember reaching down and pulling that lawnmower and seeing on the top Briggs and Stratton. Well, if you're down there in a little town south of St. Louis in Missouri today, you know that Briggs and Stratton left and went to Yugoslavia or something like that. Yeah. You remember where the Briggs and Stratton factory was that used to make those little motors. Well, if you're in St. Louis today and you're wondering, let me tell you something. St. Louis is a big, strong union. Missouri's very strong with unions. Very strong. Donald Trump up 11 points, according to Real Clear Politics, in an area that Claire McCaskill is from. Okay? In an area where they watched Ferguson. Pay attention, folks. Ferguson, Missouri. The people in Missouri watched that disaster. They watched it. This is a union town, St. Louis. Okay? See, they drive south going towards, on the south side of St. Louis, headed towards Fort Leonard Wood there. And I think that's Rollo, Missouri, if I got that right. Rollo, Missouri used to be the Briggs & Stratton motors used to be made there. They know they left. Let me tell you something. You go south of St. Louis and you start down that interstate that parallels old Highway 66 in this country, and you look on the right-hand side and you see that real big Chrysler plant for as far as you can see that's empty. Empty. Okay? Folks, stay in line today. Send out encouraging emails. Say, remember when we grew up? You remember in the town? Remember where our fathers worked, our mothers worked? You remember the factory that used to make this? You remember this? Anything you can do to be encouraging today about the future of America to your friends, to stay in line and vote for Donald Trump. I have never come on this show and officially said I've endorsed a candidate. I know what you're thinking out there, okay? I know what you're thinking. But wait a minute. I'm pretty sure you have. I've been watching for a long time. Our news network has a policy to never endorse candidates. Okay? And you will not find on our news network any editorials written that Fetcher News has endorsed a candidate. We don't endorse Congress, local Congress races. We don't endorse sheriff. We don't endorse commissioners. Absolutely not. And will not endorse candidates. You may think this is silly, but I want to look in the camera and tell you, I endorse Donald Trump for the next president of the United States. I have listened to hours of his speeches. I have seen the crowds. I have watched America turn out. And all I can hear on the other side is the ground game they have. Please send out as many emails today, as many text messages today. Find your cousin in Wisconsin. Find your cousin in Indiana. Find your uncle out in Ohio, North Carolina. And say, please go vote for Donald Trump. Please. You see, every election, we feel every election that this is the last one. It is billed as it's now or never, no coming back. But folks, if Hillary Clinton, if you wake up tomorrow morning and Hillary Clinton is president-elect, oh, you'll still have an America. But the country as you know it, or the country you grew up in, and if you think a Republican will ever stand a chance to win the White House or hold these offices, you're poorly mistaken. I am your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. You're watching FYNTV.com. It's election day. I'm excited. I'm encouraged. I'm a believer. At 9:30, I'm going to have Jennifer Hazelton in here. She is the Georgia Donald Trump campaign communication director. Let me just close before we go to our first commercial. There's no what if, okay? I don't want to hear what if today, and I don't want to hear what if tomorrow. I don't want to hear it. I don't want you sitting around all day today saying, what if? Do you understand the challenge you've been up against with your candidate? Your challenge has been hard, tough. You did a great job. There's Republican establishment you had to campaign against. There is the media, the established, crooked, corrupt media you had to campaign against. You had to campaign against world influences of the Clinton Foundation. You've had to campaign against Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Michelle Obama. The list goes on. You've had to campaign against the FBI. You've had to campaign against the Department of Justice. On and on and on. Could we have done better? What if? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear what if today. I don't want to hear what if tomorrow. No. The man came out. Now get this clear for the what if. The man came out of a field of 17 candidates with a historical number of votes in the Republican primary. Historical number. Donald Trump is your candidate today. He's the people's choice. And don't stand there and give me the what ifs. Because you can't name me another candidate that would have taken Hillary Clinton to task as Donald Trump did. Can't do it. Not a one would have stood as strong on the stage side by side with her and called her out. When is the last time you've seen a Republican campaign end in Michigan and a Democratic presidential campaign end in Pennsylvania with a rock concert? After midnight, November 8th, 12:45 a.m., between 21 or 28,000. At 12:45 a.m., between 21 or 28,000 in Michigan, with about 10,000 standing outside. But over in Pennsylvania and Philadelphia, Katy Perry, Bon Jovi, Steel Horse, Heel Ride, Living on a Prayer, because that's all they got, living on a prayer. Obama, Michelle, they were bringing it home last night with a concert. And let me tell you something, folks. Those people got paid to sing their songs. They got paid to sing their songs. They might have yelled, vote for Hillary. They might have, you think Bruce Springsteen sang Born in the USA for Hillary? They got paid to sing their songs. And there's busloads and busloads that are getting paid to go into Pennsylvania, into North Carolina, into Ohio, into Michigan today that are getting paid to intimidate Republicans to get them out of line. I'm your host, BKP. Hey, it's election day. I'm excited about it. I'm excited. We'll be back right after these brief messages. FYNTV.com. Tell your friends. Take us a break, Cole.
looking for in a vehicle, start your search at Schottenkirk Ford Jasper. We've simplified the process so you can move on to what matters, your family.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow. And then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
This is the big one. The 20% off MSRP model year-end clearance at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. With huge savings over $3,600 off the redesigned Malibu. Now just $20,400. Save over $8,600 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Now just $33,500. 20% off new Chevys. Right here, right now. At Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Yes, folks, I understand. I have already received a message like, you have said you are on this Trump train from day one, and now you say you endorse the candidate. I just wanted to actually say the words. I know. Now, I already got a message. I just wanted to say the words. I didn't think I had ever actually said the words, okay? All right, I didn't think I had ever actually said the words. So there you go. I know I knew you were laughing out there when I did the endorsement, but I wanted to do that. Now, let's get to a little housekeeping here. First of all, where are you watching election results tonight? What channel? Where are you watching? What time? What are you doing? I am at a crossroads. I'm thinking Fox Business. I know what you're saying. It's almost like the Bill of Rights down here. My personal constitution. I can watch Bret Baier. I can. Oh my God! I can almost watch Karl Rove. Almost. I can't watch Megyn Kelly. I just can't stand her. Okay, I have to say it like I dislike her. I don't want to say can't say. I dislike Megyn. So where are you watching results to get accurate results? I'm already concerned about having to hear them, whatever. My phone number is 706-889-9700. That will be on all day long. If you have anything you need to share with us about elections anywhere, something you've seen at a polling station, something going on while you were voting, a picture, 706-889-9700 or chief@fetchernews.com. Get it to me. We'll tweet it out on our Twitter feed. We'll get it up on our Facebook. We'll get it on our website, fetchernews.com. So keep us up all day long on your election things that are going on. Now, our address, P.O. Box, get your pencil out. P.O. Box 405, Ellijay, Georgia 30540. P.O. Box 405, Ellijay, Georgia 30540. And the reason I tell you this, oh, I got a baseball. That's America. You understand? I'm trying to stay with America. Now, this is a pretty nice, not too fancy, but this is a pretty nice cigar box. It says Monte Cristo cigars. Only one problem. It's empty. Okay? P.O. Box 405, Ellijay, Georgia 30540. Now, over on the other side, this is my, oh, this one's heavy. This is a pretty nice one. This is my Henry Clay cigar box. This is a pretty nice cigar box. I like this one. Only one problem. It's empty. That's it. Actually, I have two problems. Now, when Donald Trump wins tonight, I expect you to fill them up. It's the least you could do. Not cheap ones. You understand? Here's my prediction. You're going to hear the stock market's going to crash today. You're going to hear all these things, right? You're going to hear that, okay? I'm telling you now, small business will boom tomorrow morning. Donald Trump is the president-elect tonight, and small business will boom tomorrow morning. Now, what do I have so much hope for? Why? Why am I so optimistic? Because I'm going to tell you something. I listened to the people, and when I had Dr. Tidman on the show last week, and he tells me about a young man in his office that has to have surgery and has Obamacare and has such a high deductible and pays such a high premium, and he is looking for a participating physician for days, and he's gone through 4 or 5 to try to find somebody that can do this surgery under his health plan. See, I believe that person has had it with what's going on in this country. You take the people this morning that are getting up in America and having to take a full day off work to travel for medical care. You think it's not happening? Travel for medical care. Because they had to do everything they could, all right, to find somebody to provide the care they needed on the Obamacare plan or the health care plan they have. I believe those people are out there. I don't believe they're getting polled. I believe some of them may be Hispanics. I believe some of them may be black. I believe some of them may be in the LGBT community. I know some of them may be mothers, women that understand. That's why I have hope. See, I believe today, if there's people that want to have or need to have a medical procedure of any kind, or need some kind of care, but can't afford the $5,000 and $6,000 deductible, and I believe the people that have said over and over and over throughout this country, from sea to shining sea, that they can't afford to go to the doctor and their health care is basically worthless, and they can't go get their prescriptions filled, I have hope. I really do. I believe the ones that are doing their taxes and they're getting fines for not having health care, I have hope. I really do. I think the ones that have reached in the mailbox and have pulled out those letters that say, hey, your health care is going up 50, 70, 100%, or you only have one carrier in your state, I have hope. I really do, because it's out there. Media pretends as though they have covered that. But America is living that. There's a difference. Now, we found out Hillary Clinton and John Podesta and all of them make fun and really don't care for Catholics. We've known that all along. We found out Hillary Clinton's pick for Supreme Court justices, well, her criteria, her test. We found out very clearly, we've known all along, that Catholics, abortion, Supreme Court. Interesting. Hispanic community, Latinos. Let's call this, you won't like it, but it's true. Let's call it that. You won't like it, but it's true. We have millions of Hispanic voters that are going to go to the polls today. You may be concerned. While the media is reporting that day one, Donald Trump said something derogatory about Hispanics, Latinos, whatever they are nowadays, okay? Now, whatever the media says. But that Donald Trump's negative comments are causing Latinos to rush to the polls in record numbers. That's what they lead you to believe. They lead you to believe that the Hispanic vote is up everywhere, and it could be a backlash to Donald Trump and his racist remarks and his stance on immigration. I have hope. See, I know the Hispanic community is family oriented. Yeah. I went to the grocery store yesterday. I seen this Hispanic lady, I think she's Guatemalan, and I seen this lady, and she had a little girl in the buggy, and she had two little kids that's in the top of the buggy. They had a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a little baby, and I caught the little baby's eye, and she smiled, and I said hello to the child and talked to all three of the children. Guess what? The Hispanics in this country are family oriented. Guess what? They're very devout Catholics, a large part of them. Yes. Interesting. Maybe they have found out Hillary's view on Catholics. Okay? Oh yeah. Very large families. Maybe Hispanics know that every Hispanic that comes across the border illegally is one that may take their job. Maybe they know that. Maybe they want to continue to work in the construction industry. Maybe they want to continue to work in the concrete construction, framers, whatever they may be. Send their children to college. Maybe the legal Hispanics in this country understand what Donald Trump said. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't want criminals in here and bad people. Why, if you get robbed today, does it make it any less of a crime if you are white and a white person robs you, or you are black and a black person robs you, or you're Latino? So maybe Hispanics don't want criminals just as much as you or I out there don't want criminals. You ever thought about that? I have hope. Now, do I think the entire Latino community is going to turn out Hispanic? I keep bouncing around. I don't know what the hell they are. Okay? Do you think I think they're going to totally turn out for Donald Trump today? No, I don't think they're going to totally turn out. But I know this. I know from being family-oriented, hardworking, and Catholics, they may stand a chance of saying Donald Trump was right. They would like a wall. They don't want all the illegals coming in. They're legal. They went through a process. Their kids are in school. They pay taxes. And they don't want illegals or criminals in this country. But everyone that comes in, do you think Hispanics think the Syrian refugees are going to take the person's job down at the bank? Or do you think they think refugees may take their job at a hotel as a busboy? Now, I'm not saying that Hispanics and Latinos can't work at the bank. Now, let's get this clear. I'm not being racial on this. Okay. I'm not being racial on this. There's a lot of Latinos in professional jobs. I'm talking about the jobs that are in the hotels, the maids in the hotels, unless you're Hillary Clinton's maid, and then you get to print out classified information. But I don't want to get stuck on that. But do you think there's a percentage of them that don't understand what Donald Trump is saying? I have hope. I have hope today. Do you think the inner city black community is excited about Hillary Clinton? Do you not realize the more immigrants that pour, illegals that pour across that border, they find the communities to live in, they go straight for the inner cities and the black communities. Do you think the black communities in the inner city want to give up their community or their cities to Latinos, illegals that are moving in gangs? You think they don't see it? Do you think that you're going to say, well, they don't want a job anyway. They don't want a job anywhere. Do you think that in the last 20 to 30 years, young black men in this country have lost their jobs because the production industry that moved out of this country? I would like for you to go back 20 years ago outside of St. Louis, Missouri, and find out and get the data on how many black employees there were at that Chrysler plant. I have hope. I have hope. I have a lot of hope today, folks, because I believe in America. And Hillary Clinton has a ground game. We have to be in fear of that. I'm going to take a brief break. We're going to come back. Again, we have Jennifer Hazelton. We're going to go over, we're going to check. I am telling you, I'm trying to stay a little bit away from news right now. A little bit, okay? I don't need to see Lady Gaga, as she goes Nazi for Clinton, it says here. Yeah, that's what it says. I don't need that. Polls say Trump is up by 2. I don't think anybody's rushing to the polls to vote for Hillary. I'm your host, BKP, FYNTV.com. FYNTV.com. What have I told you? They're empty. P.O. Box 405, Ellijay, Georgia, 30540. I'll be back after this.
Looking for in a vehicle? Start your search at Schottenkirk Ford Jasper. We've simplified the process so you can move on to what matters, your family.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow, and then I can finally get back home. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza, proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Better days ahead.
This is the big one, the 20% off MSRP model year-end clearance at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, with huge savings over $3,600 off the redesigned Malibu. Now just $20,400. Save over $8,600 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Now just $33,500. 20% off new Chevys. Right here, right now, at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Hey, good morning from the office. BKP, your host, FYN TV, that's FYN TV. It's Election Day 2016. It's Election Day 2016. We're going to go over a couple things. Let me tell you what's out there that Hillary missed and America did not. And do I think that New York is going to go blue today? No, I don't think it's going to go blue, okay? But let me tell you what America has had it with. This is a story that came out 15 hours ago, and I've been reading on this for a couple months. They keep finding bodies. Now listen to this. They keep finding bodies. Illegal alien minor influx. Illegal alien minor influx spurs gang crime in New York suburb. They keep finding bodies. The disturbing quote headline on October article featured in the New York Times. The subsequent article detailed the string of blood and horror in a small Long Island suburb of Brentwood, a 60,000 person community plagued by transnational gang violence. MS-13. In a 24-hour period back in September, a 15-year-old Nisa Meekins and her best friend Kayla Chavez, 16, were found beaten to death by an elementary school. What authorities allege was a gang-related double murder carried out by Salvadoran gang MS-13. I have hope. I'm sorry for that bad story. That is a disaster. America wants that stopped immediately. And that's in Long Island in the suburb. Now, do I think New York will go blue? No, I don't think it'll go blue. But I'm telling you, people are tired of that. They want it stopped. Now, I got a message. Here's something else. Please watch out. First of all, they are paying people. This is for Georgia. And like I said, this is for all of America. You send encouraging emails, text messages, pictures to your friends, neighbors, family, all over the country today. Look, if it is taking you to tell your friends and family that Hillary's a crook, that's not going to sway anybody today, okay? Now, the DNC, Hillary Clinton, the Clinton Foundation. The Clinton Foundation is paying a lot of these bills, you'll see. They are paying busloads of people at $18 an hour. Here's my prediction, is they will take busloads of people into Pennsylvania today. From New Jersey, New York, Delaware. I mean, they have surrounding areas there that they will take busloads. And they will drop these people off at polling areas on the corner, literally do not care, and have them standing in line in Pennsylvania to vote. And when they get up there to vote and the person says, well, we don't see you here, they will cause a disturbance and say, you're trying to prevent me from voting. And nobody wants a hassle, so they'll give them a ballot. And then tonight you'll hear, well, Pennsylvania has, 75,000 provisional ballots, meaning they can't question, they got to let you vote. If you go in and say, I want to vote, they got to let you vote. That's what they'll do. Now, they don't have to. You're saying they got it? They will. They're going to let you vote. But I'm not registered. They're going to let you vote. I don't live there. They're going to let you vote. In these blue, they're going to do it. Report anything you see. If you see a whole busload of people get out to go in to vote, report it. Report anything today. Now, I got this message just a minute ago from this one of our viewers, and I appreciate you watching, okay? And this is in Columbus, Georgia. Columbus, Georgia. I won't mention the person's name. Just tried to vote, said I already voted, won't let me vote. We are waiting for government officials, about 30 of us so far. I'm not leaving, okay? There will be people come to you in line. You find a government official. Now there should be, maybe we can't get them in the inner cities, maybe we can't find a Republican, I don't know. But in every polling place, there's supposed to be a Republican representative and a Democrat representative, I think. All right? Also, there is a precinct captain. You have a precinct captain. Make your complaint. Don't leave. Okay? Do not leave. Period. Let me go over a couple more things I had here to make sure of. Get ready. There will be lawyers tonight. Lawsuits will start. Probably into the afternoon. Will already start. Now, remember the big deal they made about Donald Trump not accepting the results. Watch and see how many voter intimidation, voter suppression. Watch and see tonight. They will petition judges to keep polls open because of the lines, but the judge won't go down and look at the line to see how many people are getting dropped off from a bus to vote. Tonight, get ready. Just strap in, folks, because it's going to get ugly tonight. I want to forewarn you, that's my opinion. It will be ugly tonight. They will be out. Let me see if there's anything that I've forgotten. It's 9:05. Let's see. I said this earlier. I want to go back if you just joined us. They're going to tell you all day that Florida is checkmate. They're going to try to call Florida early. I don't believe the Hispanic vote is going to break in Florida for Hillary Clinton like she thinks it will. I don't think so. Okay? I don't think so. Now, I have hope that Donald Trump got his message out. I have hope. And I have hope because you got your message out. And I told you earlier today, I don't want to hear your what ifs. All right? They had a rock concert in Philadelphia last night. Hillary Clinton says she's living on a prayer. That's what they said. Bon Jovi, a rock concert. Trump goes to, New Hampshire, 20-some thousand, flies over 12:45 in the morning, 21 or 28,000 in Michigan with 10,000 outside. He does an arena in Scranton to kind of tell Joe Biden. Joe Biden goes to Scranton on Sunday and he gets 200 people. And they're writing about old Grandpa, Uncle Joe going to Scranton and telling them in Scranton how they have to bring it home for him, their favorite son, to a couple hundred people. Donald Trump finds a place in Scranton. It's small. I think 5. They were hanging from the rafters. Now, that's not a joke. They were in the rafters. He packed them all the way to the rafters. I think the place only held like 5,500 or something like that. 1,000 standing outside. Okay. This guy wants the job. Hillary Clinton feels she's owed the job. Okay. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. I'm going to take a brief break. And because I've got some things I want to set up for the next segment. But at 9:30, we're going to have Jennifer Hazelton. We're going to hear a little bit about what's going on in Georgia today and what they're seeing at the polling places. And also, George will be in here at 10, okay, 10 o'clock. I want to know from you, seriously, text me, 706-889-9700. That's 706-889-9700. Or chief at fetyournews.com. Chief, fetyournews.com. Where will you be watching your election results? What channel will you be watching it on? What do you think about tonight? Are you encouraged? Do you have hope? Are you sending out emails to your friends? Stay in line. Don't leave. We need you. I'll be back right after these messages.
Looking for in a vehicle, start your search at Schottenkirk Ford Jasper. We've simplified the process so you can move on to what matters, your family.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. and you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza, surely interstellar travel will soon follow, and then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza, proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Better days ahead.
This is the big one, the 20% off MSRP model year end clearance at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, with huge savings over $3,600 off the redesigned Malibu. Now just $20,400. Save over $8,600 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Now just $33,500. 20% off new Chevys. Right here, right now, at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
I'm here. Okay. All right, I'm here. Yeah. Okay, folks, I'm back. I'm just looking around trying to get some things in line that I wanted to look at before we're going too far here. Okay, now, tomorrow we'll go into this a little deeper. If you wake up tomorrow morning and Hillary Clinton is the President-elect of the United States of America, America will have lost and corruption will have won. And we will start breaking that down and seeing where we stand and if there's anything to salvage from the election. But if Donald Trump, if you wake up in the morning and Donald Trump is the President-elect of the United States, we need to work immediately on saving the republic for which it stands. One nation under God, one God. So we need to get up immediately and, while we're drinking and carrying on and partying all night and, getting the goody powders out. And for you out west and, in other areas that don't understand in the South, it's the goody powders is, goody powders. We'll just have to explain later. All right, Cole? Yep. For you Yankees, we'll have to explain what a goody powder is. That being said, we need to work on saving the republic. Now, I've read articles, you have too. Is it possible we win the popular vote and lose the electoral college? Is that possible? Yes. How do you fix that, save the republic, and not really change the system? I say you divide the electoral college votes in the state geographically to where everybody is represented in this country and all candidates have to campaign for your vote. Now, what does that mean? We need to immediately save the republic and stop Philadelphia, and stop Charlotte, and stop Atlanta, and stop St. Louis, and Detroit, and Los Angeles, and San Francisco. We need to stop these cities from dictating geographically the majority of the United States in the rural areas. Although they have the population advantage, we need to take the electoral votes of each state that they have. We don't change the number, but divide them. So for example, maybe Philly only has 5 electoral votes. And there's regions out in the center of the state that have 1 electoral vote. That will make Hillary Clinton have to campaign in Hershey, have to campaign for your vote. Every candidate will have to campaign for your vote everywhere in the United States. And on that night of election night, rural America, my opinion is this is the last chance rural America can make the difference. And I'm leaving this up to rural America to make the difference tonight. I have said that for months on end. Rural America will decide this election. If Donald Trump can win tonight, immediately, we have to change things immediately to save the republic. Okay, a couple things before we get to our 9:30 guest. Michigan. I don't really want to do polling numbers, but I want you to look at this. Okay? Real Clear Politics has Michigan averaged at 3.4 in Hillary Clinton's advantage. But a group called Trafalgar or whatever group, Trafalgar group, have in a poll that came out 11/6 2 days ago, has Trump up 2. So Real Clear Politics has it at 3.4, but the last poll has him up 2. Now, I have talked to a lot of you out there that share the same sentiment I have, that there's a hidden 5 to 7%. Could be higher, but there is a hidden 5 to 7%. Okay? Now, that's Michigan. If you look at polls, which they're, sorry about that, my computer's running a little slow. Something has my computer running slow, and I don't know what it is. Okay, if you go down to Pennsylvania and you look, Real Clear Politics average only has Clinton up 1.9 in Pennsylvania. Now this same group, Trafalgar group, or whoever they are, okay, they have Trump up 1 as of 11/5. 11/5, they have him up 1 in Pennsylvania. Now the Morning Call on 11/4 has Clinton up 4, but the Morning Call is very liberal. It's a skewed poll. Clinton is only up 1.9 in Real Clear average in Pennsylvania, and the last poll in Pennsylvania has Trump with a 1 point. Why do you think they did the rock concert last night? Why? Why do you think? Now, this same group gives Trump a 4. This chart, I don't know, I'm just going through. Now, the Opinion Savvy poll in Florida gave Clinton a 2 point, that was on 11/6, and Quinnipiac, they put that up there just to see if I can say it. They have on 11/6, they've got Clinton up 1, but this same group, Trafalgar group, whoever they are, they have Trump up 4. Real Clear Politics average 0.02 with Trump in Florida. I'm telling you folks, there's a 5 to 7 hidden. I have hope. I have hope. Now, let's pick one more just to have fun, okay? maybe 2, but let's go to, just for the fun of it, Minnesota. Well, now you're really at a long shot, okay? Minnesota has the Real Clear Politics average, only has Clinton up 6. Now, why is that important today? We go into election day, she has 6 in Minnesota. Now, could she win Minnesota? Will Minnesota stay blue? I don't know, okay? But see, Minnesota should be up 11 or 12 like Missouri is for Trump. So you went to Missouri, Missouri's up 11 for Trump. Minnesota should be up 11 or 12 for Hillary Clinton. Just say it, folks. This is just some of my logic. And I know it's dangerous with me using the word logic. Let's just have one more. Let's just have one more for the fun of it. Or maybe 2. Virginia. Virginia has Clinton up 5 on Real Clear Politics. Do I think Virginia may go to Clinton? Yes. Tim Kaine, governor there. Terry McAuliffe did all he could do. He pardoned 60,000 felons to give them the opportunity to vote. He's done all he could do. They have worked every angle in Virginia. Tim Kaine is the former governor that raised their taxes. But still yet, 5. Virginia could have a hidden vote. See, Virginia could, let me just say this. What if you live in Virginia today and you're going to vote for Donald Trump, but your governor is Terry McAuliffe, okay? And your former governor is Tim Kaine, and you just want to be careful and not say Trump too loud, right? Last but not least, we're going to do it just to have fun because I got to go to a break in a minute. Let's just run one more here on Real Clear Politics. Okay, Wisconsin. Real Clear Politics has Clinton up 6.5. Maybe they've seen something in Wisconsin, the reason they moved over to Minnesota. 6.5. What do you think, folks? 706-889-9700 or chief@fetchyournews.com, 706-889-9700 or chief@fetchyournews.com. Okay. We are looking at I was looking at something, I found something here earlier. Popular vote winner, and this is what I'm looking at, and you're going to see this. Popular vote winner might not win Electoral College. Okay? We have to concern ourselves with that tomorrow if Trump wins to save the Republic. And I'm not advocating to go to the popular vote. I'm advocating to split up the Electoral College vote within the states to not let these major areas dictate rural America and how we want to live, okay? Be careful of the Fed's hacking today. They want you to be careful of that. And all the top polls say Trump is leading by 2. I'm going to go to a break, all right? I'm going to go to a break, and we're going to have Jennifer Hazelton in here at 9:30. At 9:30, we're going to ask if she's hearing anything around Georgia, how the campaign feels on these last day yesterday. What do you think about the Democrats having to give a rock concert last night? Their filthy language, their nasty language. Have you ever noticed that if you try to talk to a liberal, they have to fight? Have you noticed that? They're the ones that fight and get nasty. Have you noticed that? Have you seen these singers that are coming out for her? If I came on right now and started just reading the quotes of what these people are saying on stage for Hillary Clinton, I mean, you would be shocked. Most people are not paying attention to this. We're going to, I don't know, I'm looking to you to tell me what you think as far as where you're watching election results tonight. And I'm looking for you to tell me if you agree with me. Do you have hope? I'm serious. Do you have hope today? And I'm not talking about Obama hope. Do you have hope today that we will have, I have some more messages I'm going to read during the break. Let me see what I got here. Let me see. I want to read this message here real quick. I'm going to do it out loud. Let's see. They are now telling him to write his vote down and they will add it. He demanded to know where his other vote, this is what I told you this morning. He demanded to know where his other vote went and how it will be, how a fraudulent vote, he wants paperwork proving that it will not be counted. He said this paper could be lost. I could walk out the door and throw it in the trash. What I'm reading is somebody went in to vote in Columbus, Georgia. We'll keep an eye on this. They were told they already voted. Be careful of that. You already voted. No, I didn't. Yeah, you did. We have it right here. No, I didn't. So this individual will not leave. So they're telling him to write his vote down and they will add it. He demanded to see the other vote. He wants to see his other vote. He wants to know what will be done to the fraudulent vote that was cast. This is a message I'm receiving. I don't know all the details. It will not be counted and said this paper could be lost and thrown in the trash. Just keeping you up, you guys up, can't believe this. Now they're trying to get him to hush and walk out with a paper ballot. He called a local news station. So we're going to see what happens. Just keep your eyes open if something's going on down and around Columbus. He called the local news station. If you go in and you know you have not voted, if you know you have not voted and you go in and you stand in line and they say you have already voted, demand to see your vote. Don't think it can't happen. We're on the lookout. I'm your host, BKP. It's 9:28. We're going to take this break and get Jennifer on the line. And when we get back, we're going to have Jennifer Hazelton. She's the communication director for the Donald Trump campaign in Georgia. We're also going to have George in here at 10 o'clock. And I might take a nap. I'm taking a nap. Yeah, I might take a nap. You never know. All right? Cole, let's go to break. Get Jennifer on the line. FYNTV.com. It's Election Day 2016. Take us a break, Cole.
Looking for in a vehicle? Start your search at Schottenkirk Ford Jasper. We've simplified the process so you can move on to what matters, your family.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You're an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow. And then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Better days ahead.
This is the big one, the 20% off MSRP model year end clearance at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, with huge savings over $3,600 off the redesigned Malibu. Now just $20,400. Save over $8,600 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Now just $33,500. 20% off new Chevys. Right here, right now, at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Hey, I'm your host, and we're back. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I am joined now by the Donald Trump Campaign Communication Director for Georgia, Jennifer Hazelton. Welcome this morning, Jennifer. How are you?
Hey, Brian. I'm fine. How are you?
We're here. It's the day. We're here.
It seems surreal, doesn't it? After all of this, I can't believe that we're finally here.
Well, I got a couple of directions I want to go in. First of all, let's get to some of the nuts and bolts stuff around Georgia. Are you hearing anything this morning? Any voter complications? What is your campaign looking out for in Georgia at some of the lines in some of the bigger areas like Atlanta, the big cities? What are some of the things that you have caution or looking at today?
Well, so you probably have read that Georgia voters smashed the previous record for early voting. We had about 2.4 million votes already cast, I think. I think I've got that right. So the previous record was 4 years ago, 8 years ago rather, and we've smashed that record. But in terms of what we're seeing here in the campaign, we feel really good because we've been getting numbers all week long from the early voting totals and the absentee vote totals, and we are so far ahead in terms of our votes over the Democrats than where we were in Georgia with Romney 4 years ago. And if you remember, Romney won Georgia by 4, if I'm not mistaken. So I think at last count, we were ahead of the Democrats by over 100,000 votes in the early voting and absentee. And so that's a really good sign for us because Democrats have a tendency to vote early and Republicans have a tendency to vote on Election Day. So if everything holds, we should be in great shape here in Georgia. We feel really optimistic about that. But what's been even more exciting is to see the numbers that have been rolling in so far from the battleground states. So we've been getting some of those numbers as well. We are ahead of where we were, and so that's a really good sign for us because
I'm sorry, I apologize.
we are ahead of where we were 4 years ago in Florida. We are ahead of where we were 4 years ago in North Carolina. We were ahead 4 years ago where we were in Ohio. So there is a lot of good, a lot of good signs for us out there. I think at last count they said even though we're way ahead of where Romney was in Florida 3 years ago. At last count we were down about 3,000 votes overall. But again, the folks who watch these numbers and make a living crunching these numbers have said this is a good sign because again our voters show up today. They come out on election day, and we're able to usually really close gaps very quickly and then take the lead in our states on Tuesday. And we were up a little bit in North Carolina the last time I heard, which was I think early yesterday morning. And Romney was behind in one North Carolina, and we are ahead. So, there's a lot of positive. There are a lot of things to look at that are positive. I was speaking to my counterpart in Michigan on Friday, and he felt really good about our chances in Michigan. So that gave me some hope. He felt like they were really trending in the right direction. So, I think it's going to be a really interesting night.
Well, Michigan, 12:45 a.m. this morning, November 8th, actually, 21 to 28,000 people there, Jennifer, and 10,000 outside. Let me ask you a question. Now, I understand there's common sense to it, but explain a little more the Romney matrix of why the states are being compared in the Romney matrix of 2012, and how encouraging. I know that might be a little redundant, but where Romney was. Explain what that can help, because what is there, about a 5 million vote gap from last time that did not come out in several different key matrix?
Well, I think we look towards Romney because that was the last time we did this. So it's the most recent data that we've got. And so, both parties want to capture the votes they had the last go round and then expand on that and add to their supporters. So just, in terms of why we look through the lens of Romney, well, it's just because he was the last one to go through this process with, as a Republican nominee. And, what Mr. Trump has been arguing all along is that this is not a campaign, it's a movement. And, we are changing the map. This isn't the same map. This isn't the same old Republican map. This is a new map. And, tonight we'll get to see, the results of all those efforts to make, to try to expand the reach, maybe try to ignite what the people who might have been called at a certain point in time, the old Reagan Democrats, or, the conservative independents who, don't necessarily ascribe to a party, but from a point of view, they're more conservative. And, we just also need, all of those folks who sat out during the Romney election and the McCain elections are working class white voters, particularly the working class white males who sat out, in big numbers when Romney ran and when McCain ran. We need everybody to show up today and vote Trump. I mean, it's so important. We just got to have everybody turn out. Every vote's important. And, I know that most of your viewers are in Georgia, but I know that there are people all over the country who log in and watch you. And I would just say, no matter where you are, please go out and vote Trump today. Don't think your vote's not important. It really is important. We need your support. Please go out there and hit the lever for Trump today, because we need to get this across the finish line. Our country is at stake. There's no other.
What has it been like for you in Georgia with working with other media? I mean, we're in North Georgia here, and you're working the entire state from Columbus to Savannah to the Atlanta media. how has it been working for the campaign and the media here in Georgia that you have dealt with?
I've loved it. This has been a great experience. It's just, working on a presidential campaign, I think, is an experience like no other. The media, for the most part, has been fantastic. We do have some challenges. Obviously, the city of Atlanta itself is blue. I heard a Georgia politician, I can't remember who it was, recently said, Georgia is like a bowl of raspberries with a blueberry, a very bright blueberry stuck right in the middle of the bowl, and that blueberry is Atlanta. So because we are Republicans and, because we have a very special candidate this time, we've had a few challenges with some of our friends in the Atlanta media. I'm not going to call out any names. But that's always the way it is when you're a Republican. We always know that we face this uphill battle with the mainstream media. We're prepared for it. We're used to it. We don't get a free pass like the Democrats do. In fact, they give us a harder time, and they'll take shots at us. There was, somebody took a shot at us yesterday that was completely, there was no basis for it, no need for it, but they doesn't stop them. They do it anyway, and it's just what we know that we're up against. But for me personally, I've been trying to help out the campaign in any which way I can. We feel really good about where we are here in Georgia, and I think the campaign at large felt the same way too, which is why we really didn't see Donald Trump or Mike Pence come down here a lot, and it's why you didn't see Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine come down here and do campaign events, because I think everybody kind of knew that at the end of the day, Georgia was going to be carried by Trump. But I've been pitching in, trying to book media in some of the other battleground states. So I've booked, media for my colleagues in Florida and North Carolina and Michigan and Ohio, and, just working to Iowa, Missouri, just wherever I can help. And because, like I said, every vote counts, and we need to, we need to win. It's our country's on the line. So I've been happy to pitch in and help. I was trying to, book some musicians and actors and things the last few days, just anything that I could do to help the cause.
Well, that being said, what do you think about your candidate finishing up in Michigan the way he did, and actually his act, I'm going to call it act, or his surrogates, was Mike Pence and his family. Just a real quality picture there, versus the Democrats over on the other side of a blue state in Philadelphia doing a rock concert. I mean.
Listen, let's just be real about it. Donald Trump is right when he says, I don't need Beyonce and Jay-Z to show up to have a full packed crowd in my arena or in my hangar, and then to have, thousands of people waiting outside because they couldn't get in. Just, one example, the same night, what was it, a week ago or 4 days ago, whenever it was, that she had her concert in Cleveland. It was a free concert, by the way, with Beyonce and Jay-Z. And they had 10,000 people in that arena in Cleveland, which is a big city, free tickets, and the arena wasn't even full. They had 10,000 people in a big city, and most of those people, or quite a few of those people, left as soon as the concert was over and didn't wait to hear her speak. And that same night, Donald Trump was in a rural town in North Carolina, very small, nowhere near the size of Cleveland, and he had almost double the size of the crowd. He had, I think, 17,000 people to her 10,000. And, no rock stars, no rappers. And, it's just interesting to me that, Secretary Clinton will go on about language and women's rights, but yet Jay-Z will go in there and say all kinds of words, during his rap songs at at what's supposed to be a political event representing all Americans, including women. And for some reason that's okay. And the media doesn't call them out on that. I think there is definitely a bit of a double standard, but, no, the picture last night was great. I was working really late last night, as you can probably imagine, and stayed up and watched the speech in Michigan. And I think, it speaks volumes that the campaign chose to end his events in Michigan. And B, it was just, I think a great moment for all of us who've worked really hard on this campaign to sort of end the campaign, the events side of the campaign in that way.
Well, let me ask you another question because you know you and I have tried to stay focused on every call, and we want to say throughout the campaign how much we appreciate you coming on and sharing information about the Trump campaign in Georgia.
Sure.
But today I feel pretty comfortable in Georgia, and you do too. And we're stepping out just a little bit, talking about Michigan and some of the things you have heard. Can you share with us, did you hear anything on internals or anything that led them to just stop over in Minnesota? That one caught me off guard, but then I seen the reaction of 20,000 people in Minnesota also. Did you hear anything
You
there?
know, I did. I did hear that they thought there were some things in Minnesota that indicated some good news, but I didn't really stop to digest exactly what the numbers were, so I can't give you the numbers, but I did hear that they thought there might be some opportunity in Minnesota. But, you know, the truth is, you know, when you look at our electoral map and you look at the path that's laid out, you know, because of the bookend states on the far, you know, on the Pacific, California, Oregon, Washington, and then the Northeast, you know, the Democrats automatically always have a much easier road just because they have a lot fewer states that are automatically in their pocket, but they're states with huge numbers of electoral votes. And so, you know, Republicans have to basically create a path where Democrats, you know, basically just have to stay on the path that's in front of them. And, you know, we need to win all of the states that Romney won, and we need to flip a one or two more. And so I think that's what everybody's looking at. Like, where are the opportunities to turn a state that was blue in 2012 and turn it red in 2016? And Minnesota may be that opportunity. Michigan may be that opportunity. Pennsylvania may be that opportunity. So, you know, that's part of the calculus when you're running a campaign. It's like, where's our best shot? You know, where's our message resonating? Where can we maybe, you know, make this state a Republican state in this go round? So, you know, that's part of it. And we've, you know, as Republicans, because, you know, our path is, it doesn't matter who the nominee is, our path is always more challenging just by the way of the electoral college works. So, you know, again, it just kind of goes back to what I said when I was talking about the media. We're used to it, we expect it, and, you know, we just fight through it.
Is the campaign now? I know in some other states they have sent out a couple messages. Some of the what I call competitive states. But does the campaign give you any indication or put anything out as far as what to watch for on possible voter fraud or intimidation or some polling places, anything like that of any concern in Georgia right now that you've heard of,
Yeah,
or the campaign is concerned about?
Honestly, that's the Secretary of State, Brian Kemp. That's his job. His job is to make sure that Georgia has a free and fair election. And we have every confidence that Secretary Kemp is doing his job. Within the campaign, we're focused on reaching as many of our voters as we can and encouraging them to go out to the polls. So we have been calling, I mean, just out of our office in Sandy Springs, just north of Atlanta, we've been calling on average about 30,000 voters a day. And statewide, all of our offices, all of our volunteers are calling an average of 100,000 voters a day. We're knocking on thousands of doors, or we have been, you know, and we will up until polls close tonight, every single day. Our goal is to just reach out to voters, you know, make sure they are aware of Trump's message for the country and encourage them to go out and vote Trump. So that's really where all of our efforts have been. That's where we've been putting the bulk of our attention these last few weeks. And that's what our concentration is today. We're going to keep working the phones and knocking on doors until the polls close.
Well, obviously, Jennifer, and I don't want to leave on a down note and bring up MSNBC.
Your favorite
But
channel.
Well,
Ryan, you can't, we always have to talk about them at least once, so that's fun.
I watch every morning at 6, and I'm not encouraging people to do that, but I've tried to keep up with what direction they're trying to push people in, and I do it just for my business, and that's the bottom line. This morning, obviously, they were handicapping the race. Trump doesn't stand a chance, as we know, according to them. And it was checkmate, game over, Florida. They kept saying, if we start seeing Florida move this way, if we start seeing these numbers come in early in Florida, it's checkmate, game over. And Willie, is it Willie? He said that like 4 times, and Mark Halperin and all of them. Anyhow, the point is, I personally am concerned, and I'm personally concerned with the media attempting to call this race throughout the day or deter voters from going to vote. I'm personally concerned of that.
Well, I mean, that is a tactic the Democrats use. It's called voter suppression, and they often try to dampen enthusiasm through their friends in the media. You probably saw WikiLeaks yesterday, and now there's even more evidence of collusion between the Democratic Party and the mainstream media, where you've got like bookers at CNN or producers at CNN going, hey, we're going to have Ted Cruz on DNC. What questions should we ask Ted Cruz? I mean, I used to work at CNN. I can't even believe that it's gotten to that point over there. It never happened when I worked there, and it just shows you how far things have fallen when you've got this kind of monkey business going around. And that's what they call, voter suppression. I was calling, I had been on the phone, I think it was with my colleague in North Carolina, and we were just talking over our respective states, and he was asking me about Georgia. And I said, this storyline that Georgia could be in play has been, we have seen no evidence to indicate that here. And his remark was, well, how they like to mess with the polls and make it seem like, and I said, look, I can't speak to how they're doing the polls, but, there is some gamesmanship too. I mean, if the Democrats can act as if they're going to make a play for it, they can get a campaign to possibly divert well-needed resources to a place where they're really not needed. And, that's the kind of jockeying that happens sometimes in a campaign. But it is something that the Democrats do try to do. They do try to dampen enthusiasm. They do try to use their leverage with the media to create a story, a narrative, and perpetuate it. But at the end of the day, the good news is that it's not the media who votes; it's the American people who vote. And the mainstream media has sort of cooked its own goose, because I think they even have a lower approval rating than the U.S. Congress, if that's even possible, because of the erosion of their credibility over the last 20 or 30 years. So, we have faith in the American people, and we have faith that the American people will block out the noise and go to the polls and make the right decision and vote Trump today.
Well, Jennifer, I have for months, I have opened this show almost on a daily basis, and our viewers can tell you and that I have opened up and said, Georgia is not in play, people. It's not in play. And when you say gamesmanship, you're exactly right, because, see, what they know is conservative Georgia voters will go work somewhere. I mean, they've seen busloads of people from Georgia go work to help Scott Walker in Wisconsin. And they know Georgia voters will do that. And they needed to make Georgia voters feel this was in play to try to deter people from going to North Carolina and help, or going to Pennsylvania, and so many things like that.
Well, here's what's crazy, Brian. So we had, last week, it was technically the week before last, so not last Friday, but the Friday before. We had Donald Trump Jr. here, okay? And we had 4 events with Donald Trump Jr. I had an incredible day flying around the state with him and the folks who travel with him. There were 3 of us, and we basically took a helicopter and flew from Atlanta through around middle Georgia. And, this is a guy who is he's not the candidate. He's the son of the candidate. And he's not a politician. He's a regular guy, a father of 5, husband, works in the private sector, at his family's business. So, it would be like you or me, in a sense, walking in. We had, everywhere we went, every place was packed. I mean, we had a packed breakfast in Atlanta that was invite only. And then we had, we went down to Henry County to our GOP office there, standing room only, people out the door. We went to a church in Milner in the middle of a day on a Friday, and there were over 1,000 people in the church. And then we went to Fayette County for our GOP headquarters there. There were easily 400 people. The building was packed. The fire marshal had to close it down. There were people in the front yard. And this is for the son of the candidate, not the candidate. I mean, Tim Kaine can't even get 50 people in Miami, and we've got the son of the candidate. And so we've got enthusiasm in Georgia at that kind of a level, to the point where, we have a bus, the Trump bus. It's like a big tour bus that is, has Trump all over it, and it drives around the state. And people have gotten so excited just for this bus, to have their picture with the bus. It's made the Albany paper, it's made the Valdosta paper, it's made
I have seen a lot of those pictures.
the Dalton paper, it's been on TV in Macon. Like, people get so excited for a bus with his name on it. I mean, call me crazy, Brian, but I don't recall that kind of enthusiasm around Mitt Romney's candidacy when he.
Call me crazy with you. I want to be with you on that. I don't want you to don't go alone.
I don't.
'Cause I'm with you.
I don't recall that level of excitement, but the fact that this bus is making it into the Georgia papers, and that's not us doing it. I mean, I'm not saying to the Dalton paper, "Hey, put the bus in the paper." They did.
I'm with you.
They did it on their own. Like, it had nothing to do with me, and because people are just excited. So that gives me hope, and I just hope that same enthusiasm that we have here in Georgia is translating across the country. And I said something to that effect to Donald Trump Jr. when we were in the helicopter, and I said, when they were marveling at the church, and I said, well, that's Georgia. And he was like, honestly, Jennifer, it's everywhere. He was like, everywhere we go, it's like this. So.
Well, I will tell you this, and let me say, I've seen the pictures of you in the helicopter, but let me just say, Jennifer, one, Mike Pence has actually held rallies that are larger than Hillary's. That's number one. And number two, if you can hear me, my brother attended John McCain rally 4 days before Election Day in Pennsylvania. My brother attended a Mitt Romney rally 4 days before the election in Pennsylvania. And my brother was at Hershey last Friday night in Pennsylvania. He got upset with me when I tried to get him to describe the difference in enthusiasm. He said there was no description. You couldn't even compare. He said, you can't begin, Brian. He said, the McCain, the Romney, he said, this was nothing like it. It wasn't like a Republican rally. It was the people. I mean, he was amazed. I'm just saying. So you're 100% right. Where are you going to be tonight celebrating the victory party? Where's the victory party?
Down at the Grand Hyatt in downtown Atlanta. We are going to be with the rest of the Georgia GOP, and Senator Perdue will be there. Senator Isaacson will be there. A lot of our other congressional members will be there. And so we're all going to be together at the Grand Hyatt. It's going to be a great party. We're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to a big victory. But I'm going to put you on the spot real quick, Brian, since you're the Pennsylvanian. How do you predict Pennsylvania goes tonight?
My gut says they win. My gut says they win, but my sister, which is a volunteer coordinator there in Northampton County, they're nervous with Philadelphia. They are nervous. They're nervous with Philadelphia, because I will tell you why. We don't see this in Georgia, but she told me that this past Saturday, 9 buses from New Jersey, New York, with Hispanics, packed, came into the Lehigh Valley, paid these people $18 an hour to knock on doors. They're afraid buses are going to roll in today in that area to vote. Now, my brother, my mom, my dad, my sister was in Scranton. My sister went to Scranton the other night. We feel good. We feel there's something there that has not been before, and that's serious. My sister worked for Rick Santorum. She worked on Pat Toomey's campaign. She worked for Mitt Romney in the eastern part of the state. I think you know because you follow politics. Pennsylvania is big, so they split it into an east section and a west. She has chaired the east section for candidates. She said she's never worked on anything like this. So she's like you with the enthusiasm gap. And Donald Trump Jr. hit a home run. It's everywhere. Pennsylvania, it doesn't matter.
Do you think we're going to have some Republican votes in Philadelphia this time? Remember last time?
That's funny you say it. Not even my sister and brother and I, which are not even accidentally won that one precinct. Nobody even made a mistake and voted for Romney.
I mean, how is that possible? It was like multiple precincts, if I remember correctly.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, you know, they can get mad and say that Donald Trump says it's rigged and Donald Trump talks voter fraud. But I'm going to tell you, I'm very close to that, and I have people very close to that, Jennifer. Everybody knows the biggest joke around Philadelphia is how many votes are on the machine when they turn it on. And that's the biggest joke there. So we're concerned about what they call the ring counties.
Yeah.
We're concerned about that. But I have Jennifer, I have said that rural America, my show has been focused that rural America is going to bring this in. Now, Western PA is really coming out for Trump hard.
We need Western PA and Central PA to turn out in big numbers. So if you're in Pennsylvania and you can hear this, come on, guys, come on. I mean, do you have a quick second for an anecdote that gave me some hope the
Yes. I got George waiting, but we're on the internet, and George will gladly give up any time for the call. So go ahead, Jennifer.
So this is just anecdotal, but I was watching This Week with George Stephanopoulos 2 weeks ago, and it was Martha Raddatz, who is sort of the co-anchor of that show, was down in what you call those ring counties in PA.
Yes.
I think it was Chester. Is that maybe?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So she went around and did what we call in TV man on the streets, MOS, man on the street, meaning you just go up to random people that you see passing by and ask them their opinion on something. And so she was doing man on the streets interviews in Chester County about who they were favoring. And it was interesting. I don't know, in the course of her package, she probably talked to 15 or 20 people that she randomly met. Keep in mind, this is Martha Raddatz of ABC News. We know that she's a liberal, right? We saw that in the debate. Like, it's not really a question about where her personal politics lie. We know wasn't she the one who had Barack Obama at her wedding, I think?
Yes.
So, so we kind of know where she's coming from. Of all the people she talked to, only one of them, it was a young African-American woman, came out on her camera and said she was voting for Hillary, that I saw. Every other person that she talked to in this Chester County either said, I'm either Trump, I'm independent, or they said, I'm independent, but I'm leaning Trump. And honestly, Brian, my takeaway when I watched that was these independents, or the independents that are independent but leaning Trump, they're Trump. They just don't want to tell the person with the camera that they're Trump. But that gave me hope when I saw that that's one of those important counties outside of Philadelphia. And when, it looked like the odds were sort of in our favor, just based on that man on the street by a very liberal news outlet, I thought, well, maybe there's something there in Pennsylvania. Maybe we've got something there. So it's purely anecdotal, not scientific. Can't take it to the bank, but I did, it did give me.
Well, let me just say this, and let's end with this, Jennifer, on a high note, not MSNBC or CNN, okay? I can't remember the last time the Amish endorsed a candidate.
I know.
Right?
How is that? Let's hope the Amish come out and vote today. I know they're not watching because they don't have the internet, but come on, guys. And
yeah, exactly.
I have been to Lancaster County. I have visited. I have had shoe fly pie, and I have gone to the Amish butcher and the Amish grocery store. And it's lovely, and the people couldn't have been nicer. And, we need them to go out and vote. We need Lancaster County to show up for us today.
Jennifer, I've got to run. I'm running late, but I hope here in the next day. Well, I will tell you this. You need to know my schedule. Donald Trump wins today, tomorrow's victory party, and I will be off on Thursday. I've already planned to take Thursday off.
Okay? Well, maybe I'll join you. If we have good news tomorrow, maybe I'll join you and we can celebrate. How about that?
There you go. Have a nice time, and tell everybody down there in Atlanta I said hello. I'm going to have to stay put here tonight, So I'll be prepared for the victory party at 8 a.m. on our show.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right, I'll talk to y'all.
Thank
Hey,
you.
everyone,
Thank you for
hey,
everything.
thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hey, Cole, go ahead and let's move on from that. We're sorry we're running late. We apologize. We apologize to George, but we were talking to Jennifer Hazelton, and Jennifer Hazelton is the Donald Trump Communication Director here in Georgia. Folks, they're excited. You see the enthusiasm. You see the enthusiasm. They're excited. You see, it's the feeling. So we're going to go with that. We're going to end today. We hope we've been positive with you. I got to get out of here. My friend George is up, and he's patiently waiting. I'm running 5 minutes over. But remember what I told you today. The encouraging thing is encourage your friends. Do not leave line. Do not leave the line. A couple rules. Send these messages. There's going to be long lines today. People will get tired and leave. Beg them not to leave the line. 2, if they get there and somebody says you've already voted, call for an election official. If you did not vote, trust me, there may be situations where they say you've already voted. No. Call for an election official. Call for an election official if anything stands out that is unusual today. And text your friends. Tell them, don't listen to early voting predictions by the crooked media. I'm your host, BKP. Don't forget, these cigar boxes are empty, and we need them filled up, not with cheap cigars. My P.O. Box is 405, P.O. Box 405 LJ 30540. Victory party right here tomorrow at 8 a.m. I'm out. George is in.